We're ready to do our social media check-in. Leave your questions, comments, issues, and problems in the comment section. I'm going to get to that right now. Thomas Anderson has 2 questions. After waiting 31 months, my VAWA case status says new card is being produced. What's that mean? It means your VAWA was approved. And it's been more than 10 days now. I don't see any of the status. Should I contact immigration? You can call them, but it takes time to produce a card and mail it to you. But congratulations, Thomas. Ma Dukes, hi, Uncle Brad. Can someone who has a felony and spent 8 years in prison, felony charges of 20 years ago, file immigration papers for his wife who overstayed her visa and is in the U.S.? As long as that felony was not for sexual abuse of a minor and he or she paid his or her dues to society, why not? Absolutely. They're entitled to love too. Felons are entitled, U.S. citizen felons are entitled to love. Useful, Eru, Endup, Sheena Rami asks, I filed my N-400 27 days earlier, which was a mistake by me, and I was denied. What could I do? Refile again. That's the answer. Yuli Vick, how hard is it to get a waiver approved on a removal of conditions after divorce and a marriage-based green card? Well, if it was a bona fide marriage and you can prove you live together with your wife and you're now divorced, you've now proven a case to get a green card. So it's not relatively hard. Leona Brown, if my husband had already sponsored me on his affidavit support, but now we want to file for the kids, we both filed taxes together this year, so his salary amount has increased. Doesn't mean me and him filing together automatically increases his income. Yes, because you get to include all the members of the household. So he would file an I-864 and you would file an I-864A. So the answer is yes. L. Daly asks, hi, Brad. My friend's removal of condition was denied and she got to file a waiver, but it's pending for 3 years. What can she do to get them to make a decision? You can file for your citizenship because she's been a resident for a long time. She can file a mandamus and threatening to make a decision. I don't know if I would be doing a mandamus if she's already been denied one time and now she's doing a waiver, but eventually they'll get to her. There's no rush because she has her permanent residence. It's not like she doesn't have permanent residence. So me personally, I would just wait for them to make a decision. E.Etun, can been in removal proceedings prevent you from having adjustment of status despite an I-360? Yes. If you've been ordered deported or removed, you got to reopen the case first. Absolutely. Camille Grab, hey, Brad and team, how long from the National Visa Center to the U.S. Embassy in Poland? I'm EB3 at NVC March 22 and still no appointment. Well, if you're documentarily qualified since March of 2022, you got a problem. So it's not so much how long you've been there at the NVC, it's when did you become documentarily qualified? Are visas available to your priority date? Hi, Williams. Hi, good day. If you're from the Caribbean born and newborn into the USA, then bring out a child from the USA 6 months after. To have the mother visa get revoked from entering the USA, only have a visitor's visa. The visitor's visa is not a birthing visa. Visitor's visa, you can get medical treatment. So if you're coming for medical treatment and if birth happened, then it's okay. But a visitor's visa is not a birthing visa. It's certainly not a visa to give birth if the U.S. government paid for any of it too. You'll definitely get it taken away at that point. Brad, can I go to my second interview without my husband? I don't know what second interview you're talking about. I need to know more. Tiana Thompson. Hey, Brad, if you cross the border and they gave you a paper saying not admitted or paroled, what's the next step? You're in removal. They claim you entered without inspection. And most likely scenario for you to be able to get a green card is file for asylum, but you got to do that within the first year of entry, assuming you have an asylum claim. Avagay Whittle, squat up. If you don't file for asylum, what's your best chance? After you cross the border in these days, you jump the fence, went under the fence, through the fence. You have 2 choices. File for asylum within a year, get married, and argue that you were paroled into the United States and you didn't enter without inspection. Those are your 2 choices. There's no third choice. Giwa Hakim. How long will it take to get employment authorization card in New York after biometrics, January 30th, 2023? Biometrics generally take 3 to 4 months to process, and then the work permit takes a little time to process. So hopefully, February, March, April, hopefully by May or June, you should have your work permit. Scorpio King. I have a marriage-based case. It's been 231 days on my I-765. How much longer do I get my work permit? One more question. How long does a medical last for whenever you get it? Your medical is good for 60 days if you file it within 60 days of your application. If not, you have to get it within 60 days of your interview. I don't know why it's 231 days and you don't have your work permit. You should have it. I didn't handle your case. So all these questions, how come I didn't get a work permit? Well, I didn't handle your case. Because if I handled your case, you would have had your work permit by now. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.